Hi yogis, welcome back. Elizabeth Scala here from elizabethscala.com. We're going to do a brief chair practice, 10 at most 15-minute set. You'll want to find a chair where you can have both feet fully connected to the ground beneath you, the surface beneath your feet, both feet touching. If you cannot touch with your feet, go ahead and get something to slide underneath your feet, or find another chair. You want to have the space around you kind of clear so that you can move your arms and do what have you. And finally, we're not sitting slumped back on our chair. We are actually in the middle, maybe even at the edge of our seats, grounding our sits bones into the chair, sitting long and tall through the spine, lengthening and lifting. All right, so go ahead and take your hands and gently rest them in your lap, both feet to the floor, closing your eyes if you're safe and comfortable to do so. Connecting our breathing with our practice. So breathing in and out of the nose, following your breath. Just observing your breathing in this space, in this time. And not judging the pace or the rhythm, just again, your breathing, your breath, just observing and watching. Let's do some rotations with our head at the neck. So we're going to bring our head down, chin to chest, and then rotate one ear to the shoulder. And then coming down again through chin to chest, rotating the other way. Going slow, following your breathing, and honoring the body. Noticing if there's any tightness or tension, and seeing if you can send the breath with the stretch into those areas. When you get to a side, one side or the other, you may want to pause and just play around with kind of looking more up towards the sky, gazing down towards the ground. Really feeling your own body and doing what it needs in this moment. Coming through chin to chest, and on the other side again, if you pause, you may want to play around with looking up, looking down more, gazing to the side. Again, this is your body, so explore it through this yoga practice. All right, let's come on back to neutral, lifting that head, blinking the eyes open. Let's go ahead and warm up our shoulders just by lifting the shoulder blades up towards the ears and then sending them down the back. One direction, and then let's go the opposite direction. All right, bringing that to stillness. Now having your feet a little bit wider than hip width distance apart, just so you have a grounded, solid base. Taking your hands to your hips and then just doing some hip rotations, even while seated in your chair. So moving as large circles or as small circles as you like. When we're seated on the ground, this is the Sufi grind. So grinding those hips into the chair as if you're grinding a mortar into a bowl. Let's go the opposite direction. Again, small hip circles if you choose, large hip circles. Your hips, your circles. Play with your practice. Keep breathing. Let's bring that to stillness. All right, feet back to hip width distance apart, both feet grounded to the floor. Let's take our hands and interlace your fingers. And then send your palms facing outwards and bring your hands up over the head. Don't bring your shoulders up to your ears, so slide those shoulders down your back. Breathing through the spine, inhaling, lifting and lengthening, and then exhaling, leaning to one side. Inhaling up to neutral, exhaling opposite direction. Inhaling up, be sure to watch those shoulders, they have a tendency to lift. Exhale, lean. Inhale up through the middle, drop those shoulders. Exhale, lean and stretch. Again, you may choose you want to just stay on one side for a little bit longer and feel into the stretch, stretch into the side body. Up to you, playing with your own practice. Keep on breathing as you move from side to side, stretching the side body. Both feet remain grounded to the floor. Go ahead and release those fingers, letting your hands gently slide down to your sides. All right, shake your hands out at the wrists. Shake your shoulders. Just shake this upper body, letting any stale, stagnant energy out. Great job, yogis. We're going to do eagle arms now, seated eagle arms. So, I'm going to turn a little diagonal so you can see. You stay right where you are. Both feet fully connected to the floor. Feet are hip width distance apart. You're going to open your arms out at your sides and then bring one arm underneath the other arm. And then you're going to attempt to get the backs of your hands to touch. It's okay if they don't. It's not important. What is important is that you lift your arms away from your body and you lift your hands up towards the sky. So the elbows are pulling away from the shoulders as the arms lift towards the sky. Okay, so pulling away and upwards. Keep breathing. You're doing great. Again, you're lifting the arms away from the body and up. Stretching the backs of the shoulders, the back of the upper body. Go ahead and release that. Now, remember which arm you had underneath, because we're going to do the other side. So the arms come wide, and now the other arm is coming underneath. Again, if the backs of the hands touch, fine. If you can wrap your palms around, whatever you want to do here, that's not important. I tend to kind of hold my hands so that they're out of the way. What is important is that we are lifting the elbows away from the shoulders and then lifting up. So you're pulling away from the body and then upwards towards the sky, getting that stretch across the upper back, across the shoulder blades in the back. Keep breathing, sending the breath to where you feel the sensations. Honoring the body, going to your edge. Remember, elbows pulling away from body and then upwards in the sky. Great job. All right, release your arms. Whew. Letting them hang. Excellent job there, yogis. Wonderful work. All right, let's just finish here with we're going to do a fun side angle posture. So both feet are connected to the floor. Our hips are square on our chair. We're going to take one arm up to the sky, and then we're going to bring it down to the opposite ankle, lifting the other arm straight up, twisting at the hip, twisting and looking back to the back corner, looking up at that hand. All right, go ahead and release, and we'll do the other side, and we'll do each side again. So we're taking our hand, we're lifting it up in the air, and then we're taking to the opposite ankle, down, or the opposite shin, wherever you can reach, and then lift that other arm straight up in the sky, gazing up towards that hand. Making sure your shoulder blades are dropped. twisting at the hips, breathing into the body. Exhaling down. Like I said, one more time, both sides. You're doing great. So, hand comes up. Nope, that's the hand I just did. Hand comes up. See, gotta get through. The first hand, and then reach the opposite ankle or the opposite shin, twisting at the hips, rotating the spine, lifting this arm straight up towards the sky as much as you're able. I'm just not able to straighten, but you straighten your arm, and you're gazing up at your hand. Exhaling down, we'll do one more time. Whew. Alrighty, so lifting that last arm up in the air, sending it to the opposite shin, the opposite ankle, wherever you can grab, twisting at the hips, and then that arm comes straight up from the back, gazing up at your hand, twisting, leaning, and lengthening, breathing into your body. All right, go ahead and release. Great job, everybody. Let's come back to our center, both feet to the floor, hips grounded in the chair, hands in our laps, shoulder blades down the back, gently blinking those eyes closed to reconnect with the breath. And noticing the body, just scanning for sensation. Observing how your body feels in this moment. Let's go ahead and drop our hands at our sides. Inhaling, palms facing up. Palms come together over our head. Exhaling, hands down to heart center. Inhaling, arms up, lifting, hands come together. Exhaling, hands to the chest. Last time. Inhaling, lifting and lengthening. Hands touch overhead. Exhaling to palms to heart center. The light in me honors the light in you. Thank you for practicing this chair set with me today. Namaste.